This is Top of the Morning. I'm Steve Izant.
And I'm Shantae Campbell.
We are in beautiful downtown Baltimore. It's a bright sunny day. We have a special guest with us this morning, Irene Smith.
Hi, good to see you. Good to see you.
And Irene, you are with the Women's Industrial Kitchen.
Yes.
The Women's Industrial Exchange.
Yes, that's it.
And that's right here in also beautiful downtown Baltimore.
And it is, and it's also very historic. The building itself dates back from 1810, and the Women's Industrial Exchange has been going on since 1880. And actually, the restaurant was the longest continuing restaurant in American history for 130 years. It closed down in 2002, frankly, because the venerable waitresses that stewarded that business for such a long time, frankly, retired or passed away. And so we've reopened it last December, and we brought back the traditional, historic Maryland home cooking, like chicken salad and tomato aspic, all that kind of mom-inspired dishes. And we've elaborated to be the world's only restaurant dedicated to women's history. So we focus specifically on the great women that have come from Baltimore or Maryland. So we have everyone from Billie Holiday to Barbara Mikulski. We have politicians, poets, artists, athletes, you name it, and they're all Maryland women who've made our community strong for our history of our great state.
This sounds fascinating. With history and good food.
It is.
Back all the way back to 1830.
Yep.
Women's Industrial Exchange. What were the exchanges in 1830?
So it's actually 1880, and it's
1880?
it's the story.
I'm all the way off by 50 years.
That's all right.
All right.
That's all right. It's a product of the Civil War. At the end of the Civil War, there was a variety of women struggling in different ways. Some of them, their husbands had passed away. Some of them, their husbands had come back with significant disabilities. And remember, in Maryland, it was illegal for women to work for most of our history. In fact, I happen to be an attorney, and when I was born, I would not have been legally allowed to practice law in the state of Maryland. So the original purpose of it was started by this woman named Miss Harmon Brown, and she wanted to give women an opportunity to sell their things anonymously, either because it was illegal for them to sell things outright or because they didn't want to be embarrassed about having to be a posh family that then has to go and sell things, on the side. So it was a consignment store. So if a woman was great at lace work, she could sell her lace work, or if she was great at, making a beautiful doll's dress or something along that line, she could sell that. And the women were able to supplement the incomes of their families and provide for themselves. And it started off just in like the front room of this woman's house, and the need was so great that over time it ended up taking this enormous building on the edge of Charles Street. In fact, the building is the last building standing in the Great Fire of Baltimore. It went up Charles Street and then stopped at the doors of the Women's Industrial Exchange. So this enormous building in different periods of our history has been truly the showcase of Baltimore's handicraft, domestic arts, as you will, for women. And so while that was happening in the exchange, and it's still going on today, you can still buy incredible crafts and artisanship from local women and actually men. But you can also come back into the where I serve at the kitchen and have the same idea of well-crafted, prideful foods served from artist, industrious women I know.
That's what I was going to ask. Do you get a lot of women now?
We do.
We're interested.
We do. We're an all-women's crew to begin with. So if dumpsters have to be cleaned, the ladies clean the dumpsters, food being prepped, things have to be carried in. We're an all-woman crew, and so we have become, and this is by design, not just a place that you can buy great crafts or great chicken salad with aspic, but a meeting place, a galvanizing place for various women throughout the community. So we are wonderful partners with the Maryland Women's Historical Society. Tonight we're having a fundraising event for the Women's Law Center. We have done events for Planned Parenthood, actually a lot of events for the Archdiocese and the Sisters of Mercy. So we get all kinds of women and men, actually. We're very happy to have male customers. Come on in, guys. We'll take good care of you. But we are becoming a very important galvanizing place in the heart of our city to showcase that Baltimore is strong, and partially it's strong because over the course of time, women have kept our community strong. I mean,
I want you to hold that thought.
I'll hold it.
Hold that thought because we are going to have to take a short break.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Please stay with us.
Top of the morning. I'm John Carrington, and we're here with another edition of Top of the Morning, and you're going to see something very special. Why? Because we're here at the Women's Industrial Exchange, and I'm here with the shop manager, Trina Moore. Trina Moore, say hi.
Hi, and welcome everyone.
And Top of the Morning, and don't touch that remote. We're going to have a lot of good experience right here at the Women's Industrial Exchange. Don't go anywhere.
You also have the button jewelry. Everything's 100% buttons made by Be More Buttons. You have your hanging button earrings to your cute as a button earrings to your bracelets. to your button fantasized necklace, which are always fun. Every woman should have a button. They make you smile. We also have our zipper jewelry. So we're repurposing everything. When you can take a zipper off your pants and also wear it as a bracelet, you're at the right place. We have everything from zipper earrings to zipper rings. We also have the fun zipper headbands. We also have the zipper pins, which are only $12. I have a college student who makes my daisy flowers. These are very popular. These brighten up your outfit, let alone keep you moving faster when you have the bad hair day in Baltimore.
Welcome back. We're on the USS Constellation, and we're here talking about the women's industrial kitchen.
Yep.
Let's talk more about that food.
Let's talk about the food. So, American food, part of the reason we wanted to bring this back, American food has forgotten that the central point of food is food. So we don't serve anything that's opened out of a bag or opened out of a can. We make food from actual food. So for example, we are famous for aspic, tomato aspic. Now you might be saying, I have never heard of tomato aspic. I do not know what that is. Let me tell you. Back in the day where we didn't have a global economy, if you wanted to eat a tomato in February, you had to, in the summer, grow that tomato, pick that tomato, wash that tomato, can that tomato in canning jars. And then in the dead of winter, when you're craving tomato on your chicken salad sandwich, you would take that tomato, puree it, add gelatin, and it becomes called aspic. So it's a tomato jelly, and actually most aspics are made out of some type of meat. So there's chicken jelly, there's chicken aspic, beef aspic, but we know you're not eating. We're not going too far with this. So we have tomato aspic, but our menu is involving seasonally appropriate things. So in the winter time, we do a chicken pot pie with things that actually grow in Maryland in the middle of winter, like sweet potatoes, like turnips, parsnips, all that kind of things that is a real root vegetable that you can eat in your root salad. And as the season progresses, our menu changes to accommodate that. So, for example, we have right now a tomato and watermelon salad. It's delicious. We have shrimp and grits because that's fresh and on the table. We have everything that's like seasonal, and we have a farmer's market salad. So we come to the Baltimore farmer's market, see what's really fresh. We have a blueberry salad, for example, right now. And we use Real Food Farms. That's an urban farm that's just a mile north of us in Lake Clifton. So we're trying to be honest about the idea that food should be grown, and as it comes on the plate, it's seasonal and appropriate, and it's hardworking by, again, our women cooks. We're trying to be honest about our food, and of course we got 4 stars from the sun, so we're doing it right.
Awesome.
But yeah,
You're making me hungry.
Come on in to eat, girl. I'll take care of you. That's what's up.
Let's talk a little bit about the tables.
So as I mentioned, the restaurant is, yes, it's a celebration of the domestic arts, but again, it's the idea that this city became this city because of these amazing women who've championed different components of their life. So we have, as I mentioned, we have Billie Holiday, Zelda Fitzgerald, Gertrude Stein, the Tone Sisters, Laura Littman, Dr. Eugenie Clark, the world's foremost shark expert. In fact, at a separate side note, because of this restaurant, I've learned so much more about women that I didn't know about, and one of them I learned about was Dr. Eugenie Clark. In fact, I learned about him from the Maryland Women's Heritage Center, and my daughter, Maya, who's 9, is a marine biologist from the day she was born. I mean, heart of a, trust me, there's no other choice of what she's going to be. And she wrote a fan letter to Dr. Clark, and Dr. Clark very nicely offered to have Maya come to her marine laboratory in Sarasota, Florida, and spend the day with her, which we did. We flew down there. And this wonderful 90-year-old woman who is the world's foremost shark expert spent the day with my daughter, interacting and talking about the future of marine biology and her experience in marine biology. So this restaurant is a place to inspire people that there is so many potential for women like us that are from Maryland. You can become, Monique. You can become Oprah Winfrey. Did her a time. We have her on the table. You can become, the Cone Sisters, the world's greatest art collectors, or Rebecca Hofford.
Katie Couric.
Yes, in fact, I remember Katie Couric as a kid. She did the snow reports. I totally agree with you. There's all these wonderful potentials, and we're going to be the one place in the world that just celebrates it and says thank you for doing that, because without you, this beautiful city, Barbara McCluskey, why are we on this beautiful harbor front? Partially because of the work of Barbara McCluskey and William Donald Schaefer. So we want to tell the story of remarkable women, and we also want to tell the story of real women. The whole menu is dedicated to the personal women in my life who've nourished me in so many ways. My mom, I named the chili after her. My sister, when I was sick, used to only make me a tuna melt. So my tuna melt's named Aunt Hattie's Tuna Melt. And My salads are named after my 3 daughters because I want them to be healthy eaters, which they are, thank gosh. So the whole menu is this idea that individually in the home we have these people that take care of us. In our community we have these people that do amazing work that you may not even notice. And then internationally we are famous because of people like Zelda Fitzgerald or people like Emily Post, the etiquette expert, grew up in Baltimore, father was an architect.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there any way you guys get yourselves out there internationally or nationally?
We're gonna be there. We've only been open 8 months, and we want people to know that they can become anything. They can fulfill their dreams because women who went before them paved the way for them in that way.
Irene, I've got a question for you, but let me also let our viewers know that we are on a historic ship that has a lot of things going on. We hear some music in the background. We see some young ladies that are touring the boat, so there's a lot of stuff happening, but I'm going to now refocus and say...
Some of those ladies are going to make it on the table one day, watch out. Some of these young women are going to, don't worry.
They don't even know it yet.
Yeah, they don't even know it, but I do. 50 years from now, we're putting them on the table.
This could be. Oh, anyway, my question for you. You had a former life.
I did.
You were an attorney. It's a pretty big jump from being an attorney to the head of a restaurant. How did this happen?
You know, I wonder that every... What was I thinking? No, just kidding. I like to say I'm a lawyer in recovery, which I was a very good lawyer. I was a domestic violence lawyer. I was a community lawyer in Sandtown and Hollow Park. I was a mental health rights lawyer. So I did really important and good work. But I will say the one limitation of our justice system is that for the most part, something horrible has gone wrong. And in some way you're trying to fix it. And the beauty of this restaurant and my food truck, obviously, is that you are building something amazing. You are building something, especially with the restaurant. I'm building a community asset. I mean, when we talk about the economy right now, the government is not going to save us. The banks are not going to save us. I started this restaurant with $10,000 I raised on Kickstarter from people that I know and don't know who believe in something bigger than themselves, who believe in saving a historic place, who believe I've hired 13 people off unemployment, all women, right, who are all on unemployment, who now have a job because of Kickstarter and because I'm crazy and trying to start a restaurant. So as a lawyer, many of the same skills of, selling an idea and having people believe in something, I'm doing at the restaurant, but I'm doing something that is meaningful, that will last for my children and my children's children, and I'm building something that is historic and important, and really as important as you're going to get in the economic times that we live in is the entrepreneurial spirit. So I'm going to save something that matters, and I'm going to use obviously my talking and my organizational skills, and what happens that my husband owns a restaurant, Big Bad Wolf's House of Barbecue, and I've been working with him for 8 years putting that together, and I waited tables through college, and my first job was at Jerry Subs and Pizzas at 14, so I know food. So I'm putting a bunch of skills I have together.
Do you have any barbecue on the menu?
I don't. We don't have barbecue on the menu because my husband has the best barbecue in Baltimore City, and I'm not a fool to try to go after him on that. Let him do the meats, and I'll take care of the ladies.
If you're listening, Mr. Smith out there, I think that's a great answer.
I know. Once, I'm going to be nice. Don't worry.
This sounds good. You may have mentioned it earlier on the show, but I need to go back just because I don't remember. How long now has it been since the exchange reopened?
The gift store part has been continuously in operation since the 1880s. The kitchen part of it closed down in 2002. It tried to reinvent itself as a couple other concepts, but we just reopened December 7th of 2011.
It looks like you have a lot of women that are back this idea.
And the gentlemen too, honestly, I have to be very thankful. The entire community believes in this place. When I go out, I own the food truck Super Freaks. We just won the People's Choice Award for Best Food Truck in the barbecue DC versus Baltimore battle on cold soup. So when I have a lot of exposure to the public who read the articles in the paper, have seen shows like this, who literally will stop me on the street and say, I heard you're reopening the exchange, I heard you're reopening the kitchen, that's so amazing. And I mean, people I don't know, but the city believes in historic places. They don't want a whole city full of chain restaurants and, Panera Breads and Applebee's. They want something that uniquely signifies the heart of a city, and we are literally in the heart of Baltimore, and we are the heart of Baltimore. So we're gonna, we are proud to have everyone, males and females. Gentlemen, please come in.
And I'm sure they will. We're going to have a few more questions, but we need to take a short break, so please stay with us. We'll be right back.
You will enjoy your tour of the Women's Industrial Exchange. It's just one of those wonderful spots in Maryland. It's a landmark because it represents us, the people of Maryland. So while you're waiting for your food, not only do you get a good meal, but you also get a good lesson in history. The walls are covered with photographs, and of course the exchange itself sells items that are made by Marylanders, locals, who decided they wanted to sell their goods right here. You also get a little history of what happened here in Maryland before and after the Civil War, because this is an outgrowth of the Civil War. Women needed a place to earn a little money discreetly, and the Women's Industrial Exchange came about as a way of helping the home crafty women, women who could sew and weave, gave them an outlet for their goods and services so that they could earn money immediately after the Civil War. This was a very, very important part of Maryland culture.
We're back. We've talked a lot about the food side. Not the exchange side itself.
That goes like a
Well,
cool necklace
I would like to give a
wearing.
shout out to my friend Miss Trina, the button lady of Baltimore, who made this beautiful button necklace. She is the manager of the store, and actually you might know her from the farmer's market. She's the button lady. Anyone can make any craft. So your kids, my kids, could make a craft and sell it. People with disabilities, people who are extremely great artisans like Toby Rifkin, and there's some people that are exceptional artists who are selling crafts. And how it works is you bring in your stuff to Trina. Trina says, looks beautiful, love to sell it. You work out a price, and the exchange keeps a portion. It's on a sliding fee scale, and you get to keep a portion. And literally, the sky's the limit. You can do everything from sewn things to pottery to hula hoops to clothes. I mean, if you've got some skill that you have and you want to supplement your income, bring it in. They're going to take it and sell it, and they go out to different festivals and farmers markets. So you will be exposed to a wide group of potential purchasers.
Sounds like a really good idea for those who are up and coming and real big into
It
arts.
certainly does. It certainly does. And, some of our viewers may be saying one of the three things right now. I want to go visit the restaurant, or I want to go visit
They
the
should.
exchange, or I have a unique craft. How do they get in touch with you, or
Let me
your
tell you how to.
counterpart?
So we are both at 333 North Charles Street. You come through the gift store to get to my restaurant, and below us is Zach and Jack's Food that sells also wonderful food. So you come in the restaurant. We're at 333 North Charles Street. You can go to thewomen'sindustrialexchange.org to find more about the gift store. You can go to women'sindustrialkitchen.com to find out more about me. If you have an email, I'm women'sindustrialkitchen@gmail.com. And of course, you can call me at 410-244-6450. Come on. Or you can follow us on Twitter at Woman's Kitchen.
All right, so there's a multitude of ways
Get in there.
that if you want to visit, if you
no
want
excuse.
No excuse.
There's absolutely
No
no
excuse.
There's a lot of good different
Great
things.
parking available, tons of parking lots, on-street parking, not a problem. Don't be afraid, you can find spots.
Also important. Well,
Yes.
So that's good to know. I think we're getting close to the end of this segment. Any last thoughts before we go?
Well, it's been wonderful having
Thank you. It's been
I'm
great
so
being here.
excited. I want to taste the food.
Are you coming in?
Yes, I am.
Okay, are
I
you
want to
coming
learn
in?
the
I'm coming in, and
stories.
so is
Okay.
my wife.
Okay, we'll bring the
Woman,
wife.
So it's like girl power. I'm
Girl
all about
power.
it. I'm all about it. And what were you going to say about the director?
I was going to say that the director probably wants to know any last thoughts for our viewers.
We cannot wait to see you. We're going to take good care of you. Thank you for supporting the Women's Industrial Kitchen. Here's to another 130 years.
Make sure you come out.
Come out.
This is Top of the Morning. I'm Steve Isaiah.
I'm Shantae Campbell.
We're here with Irene Smith.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for watching.
Join us next time.
All right. So very good, Irene.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, guys.
You too.
Thank you.
Well, we're here at the Women's Industrial Exchange, and I'm in the kitchen area where they prepare the food and serve it to the customers and guests, and I'm just amazed. The menu is fantastic. There's a Bridge Club sampler that features pasta and salad and potato salad and broccoli and cheese salad. I mean, it's a wonderful menu, and all of it's very homey, if I can say it that way. In other words, home cooking based. These are not the fancy smancy foods. These are the foods that are your bread and butter of Maryland cuisine. And I'm just fascinated. There's even one item on here called Chef Ontario's Shrimp and Grits. Shrimp and Grits. Fellas, Ladies, we're in the South, y'all, and we're gonna have a good time here at the Women's Industrial Exchange in the Resturant Tea Room. Oh, wow, that is beautiful. It's watermelon with fresh lettuce and sliced tomatoes, and it's sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. It looks fantastic. Very colorful, very exciting. I just can't wait to have this meal here at the Women's Industrial Exchange. Wow. My compliments to the chef. This was absolutely delicious. Fresh ground pepper, fresh cherry tomatoes, cilantro, which is a vegetable that I don't get often, but it's an Italian cultural sort of a vegetable, and the feta cheese. It was delicious. Oh, and by the way, we're seated at a table that's dedicated to Barbara Mikulski. You see, every table here at the Women's Industrial Exchange is dedicated to some famous Marylander. And that Marylander's table has their picture all over the table. And here we are at the Barbara Mikulski table. Ooh, that looks great. Fellas, that's Ontario shrimp and grits. Ontario shrimp and grits. Wow, I'm in for a feast. What is that, by the way?
It's a broccoli and cheese salad.
Broccoli and cheese salad. Oh, we're gonna have a good time here. Looking forward. Trina's broccoli and cheese. I'm gonna try this. Broccoli. I love all vegetables. Broccoli is one of the vegetables I had to get accustomed to. But let's see what happens here. That's a pretty big piece, but I think I can handle it. Won me over. Fresh broccoli with the cheese on it and spiced up just perfectly. I'm gonna have to ask the chef the secret ingredient because it's just wonderful flavor. The aroma is still permeating my mouth. It's soft, moist. The coolness of the salad is perfect for summer. The flavors are just bursting in my mouth. It's wonderful. This is the Trina's broccoli and cheese salad. Lovely. Now these are grits. That's ground corn that's boiled just right, and it's southern food. Perfect, perfect. Oh, the grits have cheese mixed in, and the shrimp is cooked in what looks like olive oil, and with the fresh corn and tomatoes on top of it, I have a wonderful flavor of summer in Maryland. I am enjoying this. Cheese, grits, and shrimp. It's called Ontario Shrimp and Grits right here at the Women's Industrial Exchange. The flavors are fantastic. Wow. All right, I'm here at the Women's Industrial Exchange at 333 North Charles Street in downtown Baltimore, and I'm with the chef, Ontario. Hi. I enjoyed the meal.
Thank you very much.
And the beverage was just terrific. It was cola. But tell us about the Ontario shrimp and grits.
Well, it's the Ontario shrimp and grits, but it's kind of a modern take on traditional food because we try to do modernized comfort food. We try to keep the integrity of your grandmother's cooking, home style cuisine, and we just take it up a notch. So we took a regular shrimp and grits and put tomato jam on it to kind of give it some spice and some sweetness, and we use local corn from the farmer's market.
Your background, how did you learn how to cook like this?
Well, I learned in my grandfather's kitchen. My grandfather was a very talented cook, and he used to bring us parton like beef tongue and beef liver, and he really embraced growing your own food at home and making it very flavorful and using every part of every animal. So he made me interested in cooking, and I was like, wow, I want to be a chef. So I went to high school for culinary to restaurant management, and then I worked in a bunch of different kitchens in order to become a chef.
Where were you raised at?
I was born and raised in Baltimore.
In Baltimore?
Yeah, been here all my life.
You sound like you're from Georgia or something. You know, all this food, the tongues and the livers.
Well, my grandfather is from the South. He was born in North Carolina. So.
There you go, folks. I knew there was a Southern connection there. Baltimore, if you say Baltimore, most people start talking about, well, I can do this in the microwave.
No,
a microwave.
Baltimore cuisine is actually progressing quite a bit. I mean, we have a ton of chefs who shop at the farmers market under the JFK Bridge, and we have a ton of chefs that are really embracing Baltimore cuisine and Maryland cuisine and rockfish, corn, tomatoes, like everything in Maryland is really good for that. So.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Fellas, hey, the woman can cook, okay? The woman can cook, all right? That's all I'm going to say about that, all right? You take it from there. Where do you want to go in the future with this?
In the future, I mean, eventually all chefs want to own their own restaurant, but right now I'm just working here and, trying to get my foot in the door in the Baltimore food scene, and then who knows with breakfast.
All right, she'll have her own TV show, folks. She's on her way. I really enjoyed Trina's broccoli and cheese. That was really salad. Where did that idea come from?
Well, in the fall we had a broccoli casserole that people really, really enjoyed, but for the summer menu we wanted to make things lighter, and we wanted to have kind of like potato salads and pasta salads and broccoli salads, because when you go to your grandmother's home, what do you eat? You
That's
always
right.
have
It really
pasta
sticks in
salad.
rib
Yeah,
food.
exactly. You really have food that sticks with you and brings forth that childhood memory of playing outside and having your grandparents cook you a nice barbecue. So we wanted to kind of bring that feeling into this building and make people feel at home, because where are you? You're in someone's home when you come in to eat. So.
Well, what is the most popular item here? What is the most people tend to order?
Well, our most popular item right now is actually dessert. It's our s'mores ice cream sandwich. It's a toasted marshmallow ice cream with a graham cracker cookie pie and a chocolate ganache, and people just love that. As far as the salads, our watermelon salad is our popular choice, and our entrees, the chicken salad with deviled eggs and tomato aspic, is really popular. It's kind of what we're known for. Every time people hear about our restaurant, they ask about the tomato aspic, so it's a pretty cool item.
And how long have you been here at the Exchange?
I actually just started a month ago, but the Exchange has been open for about 7 months now.
Okay.
So I'm fairly new, but it's becoming a really good venture. Like, we just changed this menu 2 weeks ago, and everything is really looking good. So.
All right, well, folks, a good reason to come down there. We have Ontario here, and she is doing the wonderful Maryland cuisine in a very unique way. Any suggestions for first-time visitors to the Exchange?
Oh, no, not at all. It's a very open space. You just come in, you sit yourself anywhere. Every table is dedicated to a woman in Baltimore, and you'll enjoy yourself for lunch.
All right, well, I want to thank you, Ontario, and keep cooking, girl. Whatever that means, keep cooking. We learned a little bit about Maryland history. We had a great time. And Trina Moore, I just want to thank you for being a part of Top of the Morning. And folks, see you next time on Top of the Morning.